Good day, my dear students. For today's video, we're going to proceed with our next learning competency for the second quarter of the Strengthened Senior High School Curriculum for General Mathematics, which is about unit conversion within and across systems. So specifically, the learning competency that we wanted to target is that you, my dear learners, should be able to convert measurements with different units in the same system and between different systems. So before we proceed, let us first have a little bit of an activity. Okay, so for example, magi-Christmas na at dahil Christmas po, gagawa tayo ng maraming lumpiang Shanghai. Okay, so dahil gagawa tayo ng lumpiang Shanghai, dapat din po marami din po yung oil na gagamitin natin kasi po kailangan sa lumpiang Shanghai is deep fried. Okay, so meron tayong dalawang options. Ang goal natin, dahil Christmas yan, kailangan makatipid. Opo. So, we have the Baguio Pure Coconut Oil, which cost 446 pesos. Pero, si 446 pesos of Baguio Pure Coconut Oil Tipid Pack, that is for 1.8 liters na. Okay, so ito po yung first option natin. For our second option, we have the Jolly Claro Cooking Oil, SUP, that is 500 ml, which cost 84 pesos. So, yung tanong sa atin dito ngayon is, alin yung pipiliin natin? Okay, so, di ba po, lagi sa ating itinuturo nung bata pa tayo na kung alin daw po yung pinakamalaki, yun po, doon tayo mas lalong nakakatipid. Pero with the use of mathematics and conversion, let's try to analyze kung talaga bang kapag malaki, nakakatipid tayo. So, dito, ano po my dear students yung napapansin nyo? This one is in liters, this one is in milliliters. So, di ba po kapag nagko-compare tayo, we cannot compare an apple to an orange. Kasi po, masasabi natin na maganda or mas maganda yung isang apple kapag yun din i-compare natin is another apple. Okay, so ibig sabihin class, si liter natin, kailangan muna nating isunod into milliliters in order for us to get kung magkano ba yung pesos per milliliter. Okay, so let us write it down. So, for the Baguio, so a little bit of disclaimer lang po my dear students, I'm not paid to promote these products. I am just using this in order for us to visualize how conversion is actually relevant in our decision making. So for example, we have here the Baguio coconut oil. So for the Baguio po, we know that that is equivalent to 446 pesos per 1.8 liters. Okay, so sabi natin si 1.8 liters, my dear students, in terms of liters siya. So di ba po kung maaalala nyo doon sa last video natin about the appropriate measurements po of a certain quantity. So di ba po meron tayo doon na line wherein si liters susundan siya ni deciliters, susundan siya ni centiliters, and finally, the milliliters. So, ilan po yung movement natin? 1, 2, 3. So, ibig sabihin po, si 1.8 liters, para po siya maging milliliters, kailangan po i-move natin ito ng 3 beses. So, let us move. So, first movement. So, from liters to deciliters, from deciliters to centiliters, and from centiliters to milliliters. So, ibig sabihin po ilang zeros yan? So, ibig sabihin po, my dear students, let us rewrite that. So, ibig sabihin po, 1.8 liters is equal to 1.812 milliliters. Okay, there are 2 zeros yung nadagdag sa atin. Clear po ba? So, ibig sabihin po, my dear students, so si Baguio natin, for the Baguio, we have 446 per 1,800 milliliters. And also, we have the Jolly Claro. So, let us put Jolly na lang, which is equal to 84 pesos per 500 milliliters. Okay, so let us find kung magkano po ba ang peso per milliliter this time. So ang gagawin lang po natin dyan kapag nakakita tayo ng ganitong symbol is simply to divide. So for the Baguio, so calculate natin 446 divided by 1,800. So that is equal to 0.25 approximately. So ibig sabihin po we have 0.25 per milliliters. Okay, so si Claro naman pong Jolly, so that is equal to 84 pesos divided by 500. So that is equal or approximately equal to 0.17 milliliters. Now, my dear students, since same na sila, opo, so para na siyang apple to apple because we have peso here over the milliliters, which is actually the same po sa unit measurement din ng peso over milliliters. So, yung decision natin is that saan tayo mas lalong makakamura? Okay, between the two, mas makakamura tayo kay Jolly Claro Cooking Oil. So that is how we convert unit measurements po, my dear students, which is the topic that we have for this video. Okay, so on our learning competency, nakalagay po dun na we should be able to convert measurement within and across the system. Di ba po meron tayong two systems? We have the metric system and we have the English system. Ano ba ma'am yung mga metric system? Kapag meron kayong nakita na meters, na grams, na liters, lahat po yun naka-metric. Pero kapag po meron kayong nakita na yards, miles, inches, pounds, po, ounces. So, ibig sabihin, my dear students, yun po ang tinatawag nating English. So, kalimitan po, ang ginagamit po ng karamihan is the metric system. Only few of the people po of the world, such as, for example, people in the US, in Vietnam, and some parts of Europe, ang gumagamit po, my dear students, ng English system. Okay, so, kapag sinabi po natin, my dear students, na within the system, ibig sabihin po, symmetric system natin, i-convert natin sa metric system din. That is within the system. Okay naman po si English system natin, i-convert rin lang naman natin sa another English unit measurement. That is within the system. So for example, ito, from kilometers ngaya, i-convert into millimeters. So that is metric to metric. Pero halimbawa kapag in terms ngaya of pounds, i-convert ngaya into ounces. So that is English, pound, English po siya. To ounces, that is still English. So English to English. Ano naman po kapag tinawag natin na yung conversion is across the system? The conversion is across the system if yung nauna class or yung original form natin is from metric, ito turn natin siya into English and vice versa. If we have the English, ito turn natin siya into metric system. So for example, if we have for the metric kilometers ngayon i-convert natin into miles. That is from metric to English and vice versa. Opo. Halimbawa, ang given naman sa atin ngayon is yards. Ilan ngayon sa meters? Opo, clear po ba? So, yung kanina po, my dear students, na activity natin, from liters to milliliters, ano po yung klase nun? Is that within the system or across the system? So, in this case, this is within the system kasi po lahat po sila naka-metric. Liter is for the metric measurement po in terms of volume or capacity. And same thing po kay milliliters. Still, that is the metric unit measurement for the volume or capacity. Clear po ba? Okay, so when we are dealing with within the system, ang tatandaan lang po natin si King Henry ayaw niya ng chocolate milk. So we have King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Apo, so kung maaalala po natin, di ba, in our previous lesson about the appropriate unit measurements, so di ba po, we have tackled there the meter, the grams, and the liter. That is the unit. So, kilo po for the king, Henry for the hecto, doesn't po We have the deca and the unit measurement. Pili lang po tayo dito kung ano po yung pinapahanap. Is it the length? Is it the mass or the weight? Or is it the volume or capacity? Then doesn't usually drink. We have the deci, centi, and milli. If our conversion is from the big measurement going to the least measurement or pinakamaliit na measurement, so ang gagawin po natin dyan is to continuously multiply by the base of 10. Opo. Pero kapag yung conversion natin is from maliit gagawin nating mataas, we simply divide it. Or simply, my dear students, i-move na lang natin ng i-move. Opo. Pero kung ang nakasanayan nyo is to multiply by 10, it's okay, my dear students. Anything that works for you will be okay as long as you are comfortable with it. Okay, so aside from that, so we have here the within for both the metric and English conversions. I've already sent this in our GCs po and also for the across system. For the mass and the weight, I've already sent this. You can take a screenshot if you still don't have the copy of this. For the volume or capacity, we have these conversions. And for the time and temperature, we have this formula. So, in order for us to make sense kung para saan si mga conversions na yon, so let us have this example. So, a cyclist, problem number 1, a cyclist traveled 4.2 kilometers during his morning ride. How many meters did he travel? Okay, so yung problem natin dito, we have 4.2 kilometers is ilan daw po siya into meters. Okay, so this is metric to metric. So, ibig sabihin, this is within the system. So, di ba po sabi natin, King Henry? So, we have kilo. King Henry doesn't usually. So, we have kilo, hecto, deca. And the unit, this time, ang unit measurement natin is in terms of meters. Okay, so dadagdagan lang natin yan. Decameters, hectometers, kilometers. Okay, 4.2 daw po tayo, my dear students. So we have here, isulat natin. Di ba po ang sabi natin, 4.2 kilometers. This is 4 kilometers. Pag i-move natin ng isang beses, that is already hectometers, decameters, and finally, kilometers. So ilang zero yan? 1, 2. So, ibig sabihin po, we have 4,200 meters. Okay, so ganun lang po, opo my dear students, mag-move tayo. Or kaya, halimbawa, hindi kayo comfortable dito sa movement natin. So, ang gawin po natin, 4.2. So, di ba po, pag ganito yung movement natin right, ano po yung gagawin natin? Is that to multiply or to add? Di ba po, multiplication yung nakalagay doon po sa previous slides natin kapag po from mataas to pababa na unit measurement. So, multiply natin siya by 10. So, ilan pong movement? So, magmula kay kilo, ilan po yung jumping natin? So, 1, 2, 3. So, raise natin to sa 3. So, 10 raised to 3, my dear students, that is equal to 4.2 times 1,000 because 10 raised to 3, that is 1,000. Or simply, my dear students, that is 4,200 meters kapag ipinag-multiply natin. Same thing po yung nakuha natin doon. So, ibig sabihin po, 4.2 kilometers is 4,200 meters. So how about for this one? I want you to pause this video and please try to answer this on your own. A gold necklace weighs 750 grams. How many hectograms does it weigh? Okay, so again, this time yung pinapahanap po sa atin is 750 grams. Ilan daw po siya kapag hectograms na? Okay, so again, King Henry doesn't usually, so yung U natin dito, yung unit measurement is in terms of grams. Okay, so grams tayo. Doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. Okay, so 750 grams. So this time, my dear students, ano yung movement natin? Pag ganun, po from left naman. So instead of multiplication, we will divide. So ibig sabihin, from grams, magiging deci, magiging hecto. So ilan po yung movement natin? Dalawa. So divided by 10, divided by 10 tayo. So there are two 10. Kung comfortable po kayo dun sa pagdi-divide, ibig sabihin po, meron siyang 750 all over 10 raised to ilan pong 10 nakikita dito? We have two tens. So that is 750 over 100, which is equal to 7.5 hectograms. Okay, so pero kung halimbawa hindi kayo comfortable sa pagdi-divide, ang gagawin po natin is 750. If this is the grams, ang unang ano natin, ang unang jump natin to the left, that is from grams magiging decagrams, and from decagrams magiging hectograms sa another jump. So ibig sabihin 750 grams is equal to 7.5 hectograms. Okay, so ang isusulat po natin dito as our final answer is 7.5. Okay, how about this one? A medicine bottle contains 6,000 milliliters of liquid. How many liters is that? Okay, so kayo po kung ano po class yung gusto niyo pong method of answering this one. So we have 6,000. So milliliters tayo is how many daw po into liters. So 'di ba po we have here King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. So we have here the liters. Liters po yung unit natin. Ilagay lang natin dito. We have here liters. So 6,000 siya. Opo. So from milliliters to liters, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there are 3 tens. So ito 10, 10, 10. Ano po yung gagawin natin, my dear students? Do we need to divide or do we need to multiply? So since po, again, yung movement natin is from right to left, we need to divide each. Okay, so that will give us 6,000 divided by 10. Ilan po, my dear students, yung 10 na nakikita? We have 3. So that is equal to 6,000 again over 10 cube, that is 1,000. Okay, so 6,000 divided by 1,000, that is 6. So, ibig sabihin, we have here 6 liters. Paano naman kapag ang gusto nating method is yung may movement? Tapos, susulat natin dito, we have 6,000. Nandito yung point. Yung point natin, my dear students, yung first movement. So, from milliliters, naging siyang centiliters. From centiliters, naging deciliters. And from deciliters, naging liters. Okay, so dito po class yung point. So, that is 6 din naman. So, ibig sabihin, we have 6 liters here. Okay, so problem number 4 tayo. A textile measures 5 yards long. How many inches is the textile? So this time, my dear students, we have here the 5 yards to inches. So we have 5 yards. Hahanapin daw po natin yung equivalent niya into inches. Okay, so we have here 5 yards. This is from English to English. Okay, so dun po sa mga una nating mga slides, nakalagay na po dun, di ba, yung mga equivalents niya po from English to English. So under length, I want you to find for conversion of yards to inches. So in our conversion po, my dear students, wala po tayong available na yards to inches. Pero meron tayong available na yard to feet. So, ibig sabihin, pwede natin siyang gamitin. Opo. So, yung first natin pwedeng i-multiply is from yards to feet. Okay, so, ang goal po natin, class, is to eliminate the yards at mapalitan siya ni inches. At para po ma-eliminate yun, lagi pong tatandaan na kapag nandito po, class, sa upper part si yard, dapat yung pang-multiply natin is kailangan nasa baba siya. Opo, so if this is in the numerator, yung katumbas niya dapat is in the denominator. Kaya we have 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. Okay, so makakancel na tayo dyan. So magkakaroon na lang tayo ng unit measurement na feet. However, my dear students, ang pinapahanap po sa atin is inches, di ba? So again, in our conversion table, ano naman po, my dear students, ngayon ang conversion from feet or foot to inches? So in our table, dun po sa previous slides natin, we know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Okay, so meron na tayong foot. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, pwede na natin siyang ma-cancel. So ano pong mapapansin? Ito class, meron actually siya ditong denominator 1. Pero di ba sabi natin, any number divided by 1 is just the number itself. Kaya minsan hindi na isinusulat si over 1. So kumbaga, invisible na lang siya. Okay, so ngayon po, di ba po yung rule natin when we are dealing with fractions, because these are fractions, numerator multiplied by numerator and denominator multiplied by denominator. So 5 times 3, that is 15. 15 times 12, that is 180 inches. Okay, so 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1, or simply that is 180 inches. And this, my dear students, is our final answer. Meaning to say po, 5 yards is equal to 180 inches. Okay, how about this one? A baker uses 2 gallons of milk to make bread. How many cups of milk does he use? Okay, so ang goal natin is to find 2 gallons when converted into cups. Okay, so uunahin natin, sulat natin, gallons, 2 gallons. So multiply natin siya. Hanap tayo ng pang-equivalent po doon sa previous slides natin. At yung nahanap natin dyan, ang mahanap natin, my dear students, is yung conversion ng gallons to quarts. Okay, so since po si gallons ay nasa taas, dapat po para makancel siya, yung pang-convert natin dapat nasa baba yung gallons. So we have here gallons is to quarts. So nakalagay doon na 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. So ibig sabihin po, makakancel na si gallon kay gallon. Pero ang pinapahanap po si cups, ibig sabihin kailangan si quarts, i-convert pa rin natin into a number para po meron tayong cups. So in our conversion table, again, ang available lang is si quart kay pints. Opo. So sabi dito, 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So sabi natin 'di ba kapag nasa taas yung gusto nating i-cancel, yung pang-convert natin dapat nasa baba. So dapat ito yung nasa baba and nandito dapat si pints. So that is quart lang because 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. So makakancel na natin si quarts and si quart. So meron pa rin tayong pints. Ang goal nga po natin cups. So on our conversion table again, we have 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. So ibig sabihin po, sabi natin 'di ba, si pint nasa numerator, kailangan si pang-convert natin dapat nasa denominator siya. So we have 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. Okay, so kaya na nating makancel si pints at si pints. Okay, so kung makapapansin nyo sa mga unit measurements, ang natitira na lang si cups. Okay, so we need to multiply this time everything. So 2 times 4, that is 8. 8 times 2, that is 16. Times 2, that is 32. 32 cups tayo. Over 1 times 1 times 1, that is 1. Or simply, that is 32 cups. And that, my dear students, is our final answer. Meaning to say, 2 gallons means it is equivalent to 32 cups. How about this one? I want you to pause the video and please try to answer this on your own. Okay, during your vacation in Masbate, you and your classmates plan to hike the Buntod Reef Sandbar Trail, which is about 8 kilometers long. Your fitness app records distance in miles. Due to your health condition, you can only handle 5 miles of walking in a day. Should you go for the adventure or is it longer than your limit? Kasi kung longer sa limit mo, wag mo nang ituloy. Baka mamaya niyan, maaksidente pa tayo, no? Kaya po, let us try to convert kasi hindi natin alam 8 kilometers long si Buntod Reef Sandbar. Eh yung limit mo lang daw po is 5 miles lang. So meaning to say po my dear students, let us try to convert the 8 kilometers into miles. Then titignan natin kung pasok po ba siya sa 5 miles na limit mo. So we have here 8 kilometers. I-turn natin siya into miles. So this time, my dear students, we have here the metric going to the English. So meaning to say this is a cross system. So we write here 8 kilometers. Multiply natin siya by a number po na mako-convert si kilometer into mile. Our conversion table, nakalagay po doon that 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. So, since po, di ba, sabi natin nasa numerator si kilometer, dapat yung pang-convert natin nasa denominator na si kilometer. So, that is 1.609 kilometers is equivalent to 1 mile. Okay, makakancel na natin si kilometers by kilometers. So, numerator by numerator, sabi natin, di ba, meron tong denominator 1 na invisible. So, 8 times 1, that is 8 miles. Over 1 times 1.609, that is 1.609. Wala po tayong unit measurement kasi po na-cancel na. So this time, we need to divide 8 miles by 1.609. So that is 8 divided by 1.609. That is equal to 4.97 approximately. So that is equivalent or approximately 4.97 miles. So, ano po class yung decision natin? Is it to go for the adventure or do not go for the adventure? So, decision na tayo dito. So, alam natin that 4.97 miles is less than 5 miles. Okay, so actually, my dear students, di ba, pasok naman siya sa limit mo. So actually, you can go for the adventure. However, tandaan po, my dear students, that a hike, ibig sabihin po class yung hike, hindi naman po siya, di ba, na flat surface. Opo, yung, kasi po meron pa yung elevation. Opo, so magbabago pa class yung heart rate mo. So, ikaw class, if you are or if you have the health condition, is that 0.03 miles worth the risk po in order for you to have the adventure? Yung decision natin dito, in order for us to be safe, is to not go na lang with the adventure. It is close to our limit. Therefore, to assure health security, it is recommended not to push through with the adventure. Okay, so mas maigi na, my dear students, na safe tayo kaysa masaya tayo pero detrimental naman sa health. Opo? Okay, for problem number 7, your family plans to visit Baguio during the Panagbenga Festival in February. The weather forecast shows that the temperature might drop to negative 10 degrees Celsius during a cold wave. Your uncle, who is a native from US, only understands Fahrenheit. How would you explain how cold it will feel and should you pack extra jackets and blankets? Okay, so yung goal natin dito kasi si Uncle, hindi po niya maintindihan ang Celsius. Ang alam niya lang po is Fahrenheit. So ibig sabihin po, from negative 10 degrees Celsius, we need to turn it into degrees Fahrenheit. So we have degrees Fahrenheit is equal to degrees Celsius multiplied by 9/5. Okay, plus 32. By the way, my dear students, 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equal to 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, so si degree Celsius natin, that is negative 10 degree Celsius. Multiply down natin by 9 over 5 plus the 32. Okay, so si 10 degrees Celsius, i-multiply natin kay 9. Opo. So, kasi po, di ba, numerator by numerator tayo. So, that will give us negative 90. Opo, all over 5. So, plus tayo the 32. So, that will give us negative 18. So, plus 32, 14 degrees Fahrenheit. So, we can answer this problem by how would you explain? So for the answer, we can explain to our uncle that negative 10 degrees Celsius is as cold as 14 degrees Fahrenheit. We should pack extra jackets and blankets in preparation for the vacation. Okay, clear na po ba? Okay, for problem number 8, you want to watch your favorite P-pop group perform at Araneta Coliseum. The concert lasts 2.75 hours, but your parents want you home in 3 hours after it starts. Travel time from Araneta to your house is in Quezon City takes 15 minutes by jeep and tricycle. Can you still enjoy the whole concert and get home before your curfew? Okay, so yung whole concert is 2.75 hours. So concert is equal to 2.75 hours. Tapos yung travel natin, that is 15. This is in terms of hours. This is in terms of minutes. Okay, so nakalagay dito, napapayagan ka lang, dapat po 3 hours after it starts. Ibig sabihin po, kailangan at most na yung 3 hours. Pwede kang mas maging maaga sa 3 hours, basta after 3 hours, dapat nasa bahay ka na. Yun po yung rules ni mama. So, kailangan nating sumunod. So, we have here minutes into hours. So, kailangan po ipag-add natin ito. Dapat maging siyang 3 hours. Opo, para makita natin kung talaga bang within siya sa palugit na ibinigay ni parent. Okay, so ang goal natin is to turn the 15 minutes into hours. Okay, so ibig sabihin po we have 15 minutes here. I-turn natin siya sa hours. Okay, so we have 15 minutes. We know that there are 60 minutes in 1 hour. Okay, so ibig sabihin po, makakancel na natin si 15 minutes. So we have 15 times 1, that is 15 hours over 60. So 15 over 60, that is 0.25 hours. So yung total time natin spent is equal to 2.75 hours for the concert plus 0.25 hours for the travel. That is 3 hours. Opo. So, ibig sabihin, class, pasok tayo sa palugid ni parent. So, for our answer, we can answer yes. You can still enjoy the whole concert and get home before your curfew. And that, my dear students, is our answer. Okay, how about this one? You are choosing between two motorcycles. Honda Click with millage of 47 kilometers per liter or Yamaha NMAX with millage of 96 miles per gallon. Which motorcycle is more fuel efficient? Okay, so meron tayong two choices. Alam natin na si Honda Click, meron siyang millage. Pag sinabi nating millage, yung distansyang natatahak kada kilometro ng yung motorsiklo. So we have 47 kilometers daw po kada litro. Meron din tayo si Yamaha NMAX na kung saan ito ay tumatakbo ng 96 miles kada galon. Okay, so this time, my dear students, hindi pa rin natin sila pwedeng i-compare because para siyang apple to orange again. We need apples to apples. So, kailangan po kilometers per liter din si Yamaha NMAX. So, si Honda, carry na yan, okay na yan. Dito tayo kay Yamaha NMAX. So, sabi natin, di ba, we have 96 miles per gallon. Okay, so inahin natin class si miles. Kasi dalawa po class yung i-convert natin, si miles at si gallon. Unahin natin si miles. Alam natin class that 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. So, ibig sabihin class, saan ko isusulat si mile? Dito po ba sa numerator or denominator? Since si miles dito is nasa numerator na, kailangan po this time nasa denominator yung pang-convert natin. So, 1 mile tayo, nakalagay po that 1 mile is equal to 1.609 kilometers. So, technically, makakancel na siya. Ang may iwan si kilometer and si gallon. Still, ang goal natin is makancel si gallon. Kasi po ang goal natin maging liter siya, 'di ba po? Ano yung gagawin natin? Alam natin that 1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters. So, ibig sabihin po, saan ko ilalagay si liter, saan ko ilalagay si gallon? So, dito naman this time, my dear students, si gallon ay nasa denominator. Meaning to say, yung pang-convert natin, dapat nasa numerator siya. So, we have gallon. 1 gallon is equal to 3.785 liters. Okay, so makakancel na to, makakancel na yun. Okay, ano lang natira? Kilometer per liter. So, ibig sabihin po, i-multiply natin 96 times 1.609, that is equal to 154.464 kilometers all over. So 1 times 3.7, so we have 3.785 liters. So, kailangan natin ng isang number lang po, kaya i-divide pa rin natin yan by 3.785. That will give us an approximation of 40.81 kilometers per liter. Opo. So, meron na tayong pampalit dito. So, ibig sabihin po, 96 miles per gallon, that is also equivalent to 40.81 kilometers per liter. Ngayon, my dear students, ano ba yung pipiliin natin? Nasa kada litro po ba kailangan yung mas rami yung natatahak or mas kaunti yung natatahak? In this situation, my dear students, since mas mahaba yung natatahak ni Honda Click kaysa kay Yamaha NMAX, so we need to choose the Honda Click. Opo, my dear students, in this particular situation. So for our decision, so choose, pwede nating sabihin choose Honda Click. With millage of 47 kilometers per liter because it is much more fuel efficient. And that, my dear students, is our final answer. For our last problem, you found a cake recipe online from the US that requires 50 pounds of flour for a large batch. However, in the Philippines, flour is usually sold in kilograms. If your supplier at your local market sells flour in 23 kilogram sacks, would buying one sack be enough or do you need more to follow the recipe correctly? 50 pounds yung kailangan natin, pero yung available lang is 23 kilograms. Ngayon po, we need to identify kung ilan pa po ba yung kulang or kaya kung sobra, edi ibig sabihin po, tama lang yung 23 kilograms. Kasi kapag nagkulang, iba yung magiging lasa ni cake recipe. So, ibig sabihin po, we need to turn the 23 kilograms, so we have here 23 kilograms, i-turn natin siya into pounds. So pounds po, my dear students, that is LB po, in English measurement. So we know that we have 23 kilograms here. So multiply natin siya by ano po doon sa conversion table natin, yung meron pong equivalent kay pound and kay kilogram. So alam natin that 1 pound is equal to 0.4530 kilograms. So, saan ko po ilalagay si kilograms? In the numerator or denominator? So, sa numerator na si original, kailangan po nasa denominator yung pang-convert natin. So, we have 1 pound is equal to 0.4536 kilograms. So, makakancel na ito. Ang may iwan na lang si pound. So, we have 23 pound all over 0.4536. In our calculator, that is equal to 23 divided by 0.4536, which is equal to 50.71 approximately. So that is equal to 50.71 pounds. So my dear students, ibig sabihin po, sobra naman. Apo, sobra naman si 23 kilograms kasi yung kailangan natin is 50. Meron tayong 50.71 pounds. So ano yung decision natin dito? So for the decision, buying one sack of flour to bake the cake recipe is enough. So that's it for today, my dear students. If you still have questions, please don't hesitate to comment down below. If you find this video helpful, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll see you in my next video. Goodbye po!